Hello my dear Cancers, and welcome to your weekly card pull. My name is Alexa, I go by Alexa the Alchemy, and today I'm going to be doing a reading for the week of February 13th, 2023. Now, for today's reading, I actually felt called to pull from the tarot deck prior to starting the reading, and then to pull from oracle decks to get further clarity on any messages. So I'm going to just quickly delineate the things that came up in the tarot spread, and then I will move into oracle. So my dears, the first card that I pulled for you, my Cancers, was in reverse, and it was the card of the Queen of Cups. Now, Cancer energy is emotional. You guys have a lot going on. I love Cancer energy. It's a water sign. I'm a Pisces moon, so I resonate very closely with water signs. And for this one, it feels like some of you may be in a little bit of a self-care, self-nurturing state. Maybe there have been some inner feelings, maybe a little bit of pain, not necessarily in a bad way, but in a way that is causing you to withdraw a little bit and tune into yourself and to care for yourself. If that is the case, that there's no problem with that, I think that's completely healthy and completely okay. Again, you're probably giving yourself what you need, but it might be useful to be aware of the state that you are coming from in your dealings with other people, with work, with your life, etc. If this is not the case, or if you are feeling a little bit conflicted, confused in your life, you may need to withdraw and spend a little bit of time focusing on yourself and your emotional well-being, making sure that you are not taking care of others at your own expense. There is definitely a balance with that. You're allowed to hold space for others, but ultimately, I think right now, others are responsible for their feelings in their lives. You are responsible for yours. So what you need to do in a healthy way, I feel like you need to just get in touch. You will not need to, but you will benefit from getting in touch with that. In the reverse, this card can also imply some codependencies maybe, so if that's something that has been a theme or is a theme for you in your life, it might benefit you to pay attention to where you are with those patterns, if that is still prevalent, if it's something that maybe you have done a lot of work with. But just being aware of where your emotions and where your actions are coming from will be a really good place to start. I did also pull for you guys in reverse the Five of Cups, and in the upright position the Eight of Pentacles. Now, two very different cards. In the reverse, okay, so sorry, I just got confused as to which one I was holding. So in the reverse, the Five of Cups, this can apply a level of like moving on from personal setbacks. In the upright, this card shows some level of regret, failure, disappointment. I mean, if you look at his response, it's cups are all about emotions, and so this is the 5 is the number of change. So this is when emotions change or something has shifted and it feels like maybe something has not worked. So might be feelings of failure. In the reverse, this one's actually a little bit positive in that it is acknowledging that you have opportunities for self-forgiveness. This could be challenging because it may mean that you've had some personal setbacks, emotional setbacks, etc. But a major theme with this specific card when it is pulled in the reverse is that it is important for you to make sure that you are spending a little bit of time caring for yourself, basically. Okay, what else do we have here? So the Eight of Pentacles in upright, this one's all about mastery, especially mastery of a craft. So I do feel that for some of you, this process, maybe you feel like there's a level of failure that you are experiencing or have experienced, but ultimately that's actually helping you to develop a level of mastery. Again, I know this has a lot more to do with your emotions, this has a lot more to do with materiality, but I do feel like they are linked in some way. Maybe your material world is making you feel emotionally poor or vice versa. So you have an opportunity right now to cultivate skills in a healthy, masterful way. I did also pull in that same thread, I pulled the Queen of Swords in the upright position. A little bit more encouraging in my opinion than the last two. So Queen of Swords in the upright, this has a lot to do with like a level of independence, clear boundaries, direct communication, unbiased judgment. So some of you may be in positions where, honestly, I feel like some emotional experiences are causing you to have some more physical response, like you are responding physically to your emotions. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, I would advise that you make sure that those reactions are not coming out of an unhealthy place, they're not coming out of a codependent place, they're not coming out of a victim mentality type of a place. They're coming from a strong and centered place, but because I pulled the Queen of Swords in upright, I do feel like if you are coming from this independent, clear place from within yourself, it might help you to navigate the situation in a, again, a healthy way. I also pulled for you guys the Two of Swords and the Lover's card. Lover's card was in the upright position, so I do feel like this is a really positive, I almost said omen, but I guess a really positive message for you guys, that I do feel like there is love either in the situation or on the horizon, so that is something that's really encouraging. The Two of Swords in the upright position acknowledges a level of weighing options, maybe avoidance with difficult decisions. So some of you, going back to this card, honestly, the Five of Cups and the Five of Cups and the Two of Swords, I feel like some of you, maybe as a result of feeling like something has failed, or you have shifted direction in your life or something, you're feeling lack of clarity as to where or how you want to move forward. Maybe a little bit of like pessimism about, you know, how you want to go about things. But I do feel like if you are able, okay, I feel like for some of you, if you're able to step into a state of like healthy interactions with others, healthy independence, self-mastery, going back to this card of self-mastery in something, mastery of your craft, maybe focusing a little bit more on work, focusing on the things that allow your emotions to exist and don't squash them, but also don't pull you so far into your emotions that you can't function. I feel like creating a healthy balance for you guys, honestly, is what's gonna end up leading you to, again, the result of the Lover's card. So I am gonna pull from my Oracle decks to get a little bit more clarity as to what this may imply for you guys, maybe some possible approaches that you may want to take. So we're going to start out with the Sacred Creators Oracle deck, and then I think I'm going to pull one or two from Crystal Spirits, because that one is honestly just like encouraging as hell. If you are finding that you need a little bit more guidance, or if anything feels unclear, you can, Jesus Christ, you can also reach out to me directly for a reading. I'm happy to do one for you. Okay. Does this card not want to be pulled, or does it want to be pulled? It's fallen out of my hands like 80 times. I'm going to say no. That one's not going to come out for today. Okay. So, all right. 4 cards just came through. There's a lot of falling in love with yourself right now, my dears. 2 themes, two cards with similar themes. First one, You the Muse in upright. Second one, Fall in Love with Your Own Story, also in upright. Look at the colors, look at the themes. These ones are related, you guys. 3 and 54. Okay, they're not close in numbers, but these cards are both acknowledgements that there is a level of love, going back to the Lover's card, there's a level of love that I feel like you need to have also for yourself and your own story. Also, I feel like anything that you've been projecting out onto others. Okay, I think I see where this is going. I think with the, where are you? I think with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords in upright, I feel like between these two, there and the 2 that I just pulled, the You the Muse and Fall in Love with Your Own Story, I feel like for some of you, my dear Cancers, there is something that's encouraging you to stop, how do I phrase this? Start integrating the things that you love in other people into yourself. Yeah, that's all that wants to say. Creator Earth, getting back in touch with Earth. So some of you may need to spend some time out in nature, go for a walk, go for a drive, go for a swim, something that it's going to reconnect you with the natural world. And finally, gratitude. Again, I feel like some of you, if you do not have a practice of gratitude, could really benefit from that, because it might help you to start seeing things from a positive perspective. Again, with the Queen of Cups in reverse, some of you may be looking at life as really, really challenging and really, really tough, which it can be, but there's also a lot to be grateful for, and some of you that part may be outshined. So not to gaslight yourself, but just to open up a little bit of a positive window for you guys, maybe so you can have some air to breathe. I do feel like practice of gratitudes would be really helpful. My personal method, if you will, write 5 to 10 things you're grateful for every single morning, first thing when you wake up. They should be different every single day, but they can be small things, really small, seemingly insignificant things can sometimes be the best ones. So, all right, so pulling from Crystal Spirits to see if there's anything else that I have for you guys. that wants to come out. I pulled Moonstone in reverse. This card is all about your intuition. I feel like maybe some of you have not been as tapped in with your intuition, or you are struggling with it or resisting it. Something in the way of resistance for sure with that. Celestite, this one's all about connection to the divine realm, the spiritual realm. So if you have a meditative practice, with these two, honestly, these two cards pulled basically next to each other, some of you I feel like need to or would benefit from getting back in touch with your spirituality if that's something that you guys have let go of. It doesn't have to be like a crazy hippie-ish type of thing, but maybe just spend a little bit of time in conscious thought. I pulled for you guys Lapis Lazuli, which is also all about spiritual enlightenment, meditation, unity, consciousness. There's a really big theme here between these three, note color blue and purple, for meditation and getting clear within yourself. So I do feel, my Cancers, that it might benefit you to reconnect with, reconnect with your heart and your intuition. And finally, I did pull for you guys the card of Carnelian. This card is all about increased confidence, dignity, self-assuredness, self-poise. So this one I feel like goes hand in hand with the Queen of Swords. Some of you are going to be making some really amazing, beautiful decisions, some really independent decisions. Independent does not mean no other parties involved. Independent just means coming from a place of knowing that you can care for yourself on a deep level, on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, etc. Other people are there to be mirrors for you. You are a mirror for them. It's a beautiful yin-yang sort of a deal, but I do feel that for some of you, it will benefit to reconnect with yourself a little bit from an intuitive standpoint. Let me see if there's anything else that I feel called to ask about from the tarot pool. Let me ask about the Lovers. I'm going to see if there's anything from the Lovers card that they want to share. Maybe this is applying more for the self. Maybe this is applying for a partnership or something in work. Interesting. Okay, I pulled Dumortierite, which is about organization. Okay, here we go. So, organization. I think for some of you, maybe getting organized. Getting clear about what you want, what your non-negotiables are. List making. This one's all about like list making, writing down your thoughts, clutter clearing, clearing out the clutter in your mind. So some level of organization within, like understanding where you're coming from and what you want out of life. Pneumite in reverse, this card's all about self-mastery. So I do feel like this process will help to bring a level of mastery for you. Hematite, all about getting back grounded with the earth. So I think that goes back to the card that I pulled, that I was encouraging, like spend some time out in nature for sure. Fluorite in reverse, all about enhanced clarity. So upside down, I think for some of you, any like lack of clarity is about to disperse, which is really beautiful. So some clarity is definitely headed your way. I do think it'll be important for you guys to be trustworthy and to make sure that the connections with other people that you have are with people who are trustworthy or that you do trust. Pink Sapphire, forgiveness, choosing to heal, choosing to move forward. So any pains that you are experiencing, really important to forgive yourself and all parties involved if you want to find yourself in a place of healing. And finally, the card of Spirit Quartz for you guys. Connection to community, universal love, harmony, connection. So this is really, there is, again, a level of connectivity here that is calling for you. I think the Lovers card, having pulled this one with connection, I think it's really important for you guys to acknowledge that there's some level of, I feel like you have opportunities to experience really deep and amazing love with your community, with your friends, with your family, with your relationships, partners, etc., even work related things. I feel like some of you have really beautiful opportunities to connect with those, so long as you are willing to A, connect with them, B, forgive any things that are standing in the way of that. And also I feel like this one kind of goes back to the gratitude again card, being again with the list making. I feel like some of you need to just write out the things that you're grateful for, write out the things that you love, tap into whether or not those are things that you are cultivating and spending enough energy on, and if those things also pertain to yourself, because you need to make sure that you are cultivating yourself as well, my Cancers. Okay, I feel like that was a lot of information. I am feeling called to close out for you guys right now. If you have any further questions, please reach out and let me know. You can find me here on Instagram at alexab.alchemy. I do these readings every single week free of charge, so if you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. Tap the notification bell if you would like. I also, if you want to leave a donation, there's information below on how to do that. And I love when you guys interact with the videos. I love knowing if they resonate. So if it does, feel free to leave a little comment that says it resonated, or just leave a tiny thumbs up so that I know. With all that being said, I will be back next week. I hope to see you guys here. Thank you so much, my beautiful, lovely Cancers. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.